Hello, YouTube family. My big topic today is I was watching a movie last night, Zulu Dawn. It's about it's a true story. Takes place, I think it was like June or July 23rd, 1879, and the beginning of the movies were in like South Africa and stuff like that, or in Africa somewhere. It's just when Shaka Zulu, native tribes and stuff, consist of thousands and thousands of warriors. They overran an entire regiment of British soldiers and all the natives and all that was encamped with them. And there was roughly some like 14 to 1500 got overran. But as soon as they got done with that one camp, they attacked another garrison and they put up a lot of sandbags. It's really cool. But only 100 men could sit there and defend this garrison. A lot of other people, workers, the natives that worked in this camp had left, and this is all true story. But 4,000 natives attacked and they couldn't get in. But in the beginning of the movie, but you could see people on horses. Everybody was just moving, getting out of the Zulus' way so they don't get slaughtered. Which brings me to the topic of, do we bug out or do we bug in? Certain situations and circumstances, I believe, bugging out is the best. This is not to cut anybody down or anything. Some people have really beautiful bug out places they can go to, cabins up north in the woods or whatever. But let's say if you lived in New York City, you would probably want to bug out, because if there was any kind of economic collapse, and that's kind of what my thought is, right, is if there's any kind of a collapse, let's say in the stock market or anything like that, there's going to be total chaos. Whether it's filling up your car or truck at the gas station, they'll run out of gas, stores will run out of food. But if you tried to bug out, look at the traffic jams. What if you get stalled on the out on the highways, or there's no traffic moving, like they do out in LA, there's a lot of traffic jams, tremendous. So is bugging out important? Or is it we just sit home and just wait it out? There's a lot of factors that play into mind. What if the stock market would crash and there was a disaster? You're at work, your children are at school. What do? My wife and I, we have 5 children. They go to 2 different schools. Let's say, the hypothetical situation. What if there was some kind of a collapse or a disaster? What do we do then? How hard is it going to be to get out of town? I live in a city of 45,000 people. I can see there's going to be some kind of disorder and some kind of chaos and some people trying to leave. But at the same time, I got to go to 2 different schools. My wife is working today. Both got to come home from work. We're at work and we're stuck. How are we going to pick up our kids? How are we going to bug out? Even if we do, I was talking to my wife the other day and we're driving. I said, if she's got her car, I got my Ford Explorer. I says, if something would happen, we got a couple bug out places we would go to, but my wife and I, we don't have some kind of a fortress or something we can go to, or where we have our supplies, and we got all our food, firearms and ammunition, everything at home. And I told my wife, I said, we're only going to be able to get about 1/3 of all our food. If we had to hurry up and just bug out, we got our blankets, sleeping bags, and we got our we got tents. But we're going to leave a lot of stuff at home. Or what if this is during a winter time? Isn't staying home better? At least you got shelter. That's the key ingredient. I don't know if not many people can live outside, in a tent, especially children. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. There's a lot of other things we could be thinking about too. We just can't just get up and leave. And if we have to stay. If there was a collapse, we're going to need a lot of more supplies. We got to make sure that we have Pine Sol and bleach, and we got to make sure the house stays clean. And then if you don't bug out and you stay home, we have sanitation to take care of. Do I think that if there was a collapse, there would be total chaos where I live, like Dawn of the Dead? Everybody trying to, get into that one mall. Do I think hundreds of people are going to try to get into my house? Of course not. There's always going to be people trying to get in, break in, whatever, and that's what we have to have, deterrence. It's just like what Southern Prepper 1 says, and I got that book, Holding Your Ground, and it's an excellent book. Sometimes we have to stand, also, and that's my belief. But traditionally, look what happened with the Alamo, or the 300 Spartans at Hell's Gate. Nowhere to retreat to. If you have nowhere to retreat, you have to stand your ground. Or do we just stay, or we stay where we're at? That's the big thing. Do we have gas to get to the other places? If we're going to bug out and be prepared, we should always have extra fuel in the red gas things, you can get at the store, and make sure our vehicles are always 100% all the time filled up. We have to have a better plan. Who's going to pick up the kids from school? How are we going to get the kids out of school? There's going to be a tremendous amount of chaos just trying to get your kids from school. If something does happen, we do not want to wait until the end of the day and try to get to the store. Hurry up and try to get in like everybody else. If there is a collapse, all I have to do is just stay home. My house and the yard and everything is really, really defensible. My kids and family are very active. But it was, it's one of my thoughts, it's just, I hear everybody talking about bugging out. Is it practical, like I seen on Doomsday Preppers? Am I going to have a bus? How far can you get? The cost of the fuel, the diesel, I suspect it's diesel, it would take up a bus would just be really difficult to move. To get from point A to point B first. It's large, and but my thing is that if we stay home, we don't have to take our supplies. We can keep everything here, and everything is, my yard and house, everything is defensible. I wish I would have some kind of a fortress or a place to go, like Southern Prepper or some of these other people, that they actually have underground bunkers. And I think that would be the great way to do it if you had the extra money to do. But my thing is, I for myself, if I had to leave, I would. If there's going to be, any kind of financial disaster or something like that, I think it's not going to happen like in October 25th, 1929, Black Tuesday. By 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody went to work feeling great and happy, and by 11 o'clock, everybody jumping out windows. And the chaos ensued over the next 3 weeks. If something like that would happen today, if we've seen the stock market and what Gerald Salenti says, I think it's going to be a little bit at a time. We'll have time to prepare. With this preparation, it just making sure that we're always prepared. We're going to see it coming, and that's what I'm saying. That's why you're seeing gas go up. Generally, it's going up about 25 cents a week, 20 cents a week. But I think it's about prepared. Should we stay where we're at, or should we go? I'd like to hear everybody else's opinion. There's no right or wrong answer on this. Well, God bless. Well, take her easy, and I hope to hear from a lot of you very, very soon. And any questions and all that, hey, get in contact with me. I'm an open book. Thank you.